Since opposition forces took control of significant parts of Aleppo city in July 2012, the city has been divided into one northwestern part controlled by government forces and one southeastern part controlled by opposition forces. On the 29th of January this year, local residents suddenly discovered dozens of dead bodies floating down the Quake River, the river running through Aleppo city from north to south.
فب 29/1 صباحا عثرنا على 87 شهيد وبشكل يومي يجينا جثة أو تنتين.
During several trips to Aleppo city, Human Rights Watch investigated these deaths. We interviewed 18 families of the victims, witnesses, a local forensic expert who had examined most of the bodies. We visited the site where the bodies were found, and we reviewed more than 350 photographs and video clips of the dead bodies. Who took these photos? While we're not able to confirm the number of victims given by local activists, we counted 147 bodies in the photographs and in the video clips. All of the victims were male, and the vast majority were between 20 and 40 years old, but there were some as young as 11 and some as old as 64. The families of the victims told us that the victims had not been actively involved with the Free Syrian Army or any other opposition group, and not even in many cases participated in anti-government demonstrations. In fact, most of the victims that we documented seem to have been merchants who had to cross the dividing line either because they worked in one part of the city and lived in another, or because they had to cross the dividing line to purchase supplies for their business.
When he left for the government area, he went by foot or he took a car or a taxi? How did he go there?
نزل على البلد يصلح في كم شاحن بده يصلحون ويشتري شوية أغراض للدكان.
Did he go there regularly?
Human Rights Watch's investigation shows that most of the victims found in the river bore clear signs of execution.
مكبلين الأيدي لزاق على الشكل لورا الأيدي والأرجل ولزاق دور مدور التم والعيون وكان عليهم آثار تعذيب. الراس جزء كبير من الراس فاضي، في منهم اطلاق نار كمان في القلب طالعه من الظهر.
We have not been able to conclusively establish who executed these people, but all the information we have gathered indicate that these executions took place in the government-controlled part of the city. The bridge where the bodies were found was located just south of the dividing line, and witnesses told us that the bodies came floating down the river from the government-controlled part of the city. The unanswered questions in this case as to who exactly executed these people and why once again emphasize the need for a proper international investigation. The United Nations Security Council should immediately refer Syria to the International Criminal Court and should demand that the Syrian government give the UN Commission of Inquiry access to the country to conduct investigations so that those responsible can be held to account.